Here's to Thirsty Thursdays. Ah,
Oh, man. Is it Thursday already? What can we rhyme with Thursday? Hooray. Every day. No way. We keep going. Every day? All right. You got your cans? Come on now. I know you got it. Boom. You know what to do. All right. First, we skim the top. Then we get the gutter. Then we blow. I positioned the mic a little bit different in hopes it will actually pick up the psst, click. Let's see if it works. Open it up. Love that sound. Let's grab our cups. We pour. And then when the bubbles appear, we close our eyes and we dream. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. All right. Christmas came early in my dream. What about in yours? All right, let's fill this bitch up. Let's go, man. The week that was, we're rocking Monster today, a new purple one. It's pretty good. Tastes a little bit like Nos, but we'll stick this can over here, bro. But it's good, though. It's good. Should we get a sip? Let's get some good swish. Let's get that good squishy up in here. That's good squishy. I love it. The week that was, man, oh man. I can't even tell you. Christmas must be close because there's a few things going on. Christmas must be close, so holidays. It must be Q4, so we're ending the year with the business. And on top of all that, we got to take care of the kiddos and get gifts and all the parties. I mean, Jake Paul's fighting Friday, Anthony Joshua. What? All that came to a head the last week. And yeah, people start slinging stuff, yelling stuff. Everyone's just tense, son. But it's all for good cause. Isn't it funny how all the fun stuff in life, or the things that are supposed to be fun and just let you, be giving to people, show people your appreciation for them. I was going to say satisfaction. I guess you can gift people your satisfaction or show them that. I don't know. But yeah, all that stuff's going on. And, I need some Jesus up in here. I don't know what you guys believe in, but we could have used Jesus this week and last week. Last week, what with all the mom collapsing and stuff. And this week, what with all the, back to reality and stuff. Whew, getting tense, man. But it's good, though. It's good. I've been trying to change my algorithm on IG. Fam, listen to me. Listen carefully. Don't ever watch a reel of a woman breastfeeding on Instagram. Your algorithm is screwed. You're like, look, I'm a man. I'm not going to hide it. I'm pretty honest. Well, pretty honest. I'm probably honest to a fault. Let's be honest. I'm probably honest to a fault. So I'm scrolling through Instagram. It's like a couple days ago. And, I see some side boob. You know what I mean? See some of that side titty. You know what I'm saying? And I go to it. And it's a lady breastfeeding. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. We don't need that right now. You know what I mean? And so I walk away. Yeah, I walked away. I placed my phone down and I walked away. Yeah, because I'm a moral guy. No. I just swiped away. And next thing you know, all the breastfeeding tutorials and see-through try-ons and everything you can imagine just show up immediately. And typically, if you want something to leave your algorithm, right, you just start telling it, hey, I'm looking at this stuff now. I'm going back to fighting here. We're going back to shoes. We're going back to inspiration, I don't know. Usually, that doesn't even really take that long, right, fam? I mean, like this one time, I was going down the Puerto Rican haircut rabbit hole because they use razors. Shit, that stuff's cool, or I've done like the car detailing thing, kind of the stuff that's out of the ordinary for me. What I'm saying is I'll get on these little tangents, but then getting back to the numero uno algorithm, my personal algorithm is never like hard or takes that long. Bro, fam, it's been a couple of days. I'm still getting breastfeeding and see-through try-on. So a little PSA from your buddy Joe. I mean, you can look at it if you want. I mean, I don't know. I've seen plenty of babies getting breastfed. I don't need a tutorial. I can't deliver that for a newborn. So unless I'm being some really awkward fantasy, which do you, player? That's fine. But unless you're doing that, I'm good. I am good. So PSA from me. Unless you're into that, just don't look at that because then you're screwed, man. It's probably going to show up on Christmas. It's going to be like Instagram's Christmas present to me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Merry Christmas. No more babies getting milky in their mouth. Okay. I just got the. Okay, I'm weirded out. That's good squishy. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. So just the whole holidays and stuff, man. Been a little bit tense. End of the year, fourth quarter. Got to get all the numbers together. And looking back on what we somehow survived, all that kind of stuff, I think it just came to a head. You know what I mean? There was one spot in particular, we're just this whole hair website thing is just like a freaking it's just a nightmare, man. The developers are just repeating this stuff over and over, but it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, the site's working great. Everything's awesome. We rolled through some stuff. But this is the fight that I got into with wifey. We've worked together for years, and depending on the mood I'm in, I'll let you know how much I work with her or how little I work with her, right? And depending on the mood she's in, she'll claim it all or not, or the crowd, probably more for her the company she's in. But of course there's struggles, and of course there's arguments, and of course there's like, no, I'm right, you're wrong, and vice versa. But bro, I think wife and I have finally come to a point where she needs to either have an actual assistant, you know what I mean? Or we somehow uh don't do all the daily stuff, on the business together. And the reason being is not that, it hasn't been good or we haven't had a good time or whatever. It's just that, my perspective has changed a little bit in life where once my dad died, I really had to single like I just hate anger. And I get the irony, and there's probably a bit in there somewhere. Oh, you hate anger? Oh, but no, I do. I think it's pointless for the most part. Sometimes anger is very necessary. Shout out to all my fighters out there. Sometimes you got to use fuel to get the win, in the cage or at a podium or whatever. But aside from that, there are big reasons to use anger, and there are valid reasons to use anger to either right or wrong or to just push through something that you don't want to do. Anger is underrated as far as like I don't know if it's underrated, but I don't think a lot of people realize that they're using their anger inside them to accomplish a goal, right? I know I do that a lot. It just stirs up inside you and you just like, let's go prove them wrong, that kind of a thing. So I hopefully that makes sense, and I hope you understand what I'm saying. Anger's not a bad thing, but to just get angry all the time and point things out and just everything bothers you, I'm over it. And the big reason for that is of course I was that guy. But and that guy's still in me for sure, but overall, man, if I could toot my own horn here, um I don't know if I have the patience of Job, but I think I got the patience of Joe. And the patience of Joe is pretty damn good. So anyway, we were working on this project. Everything's working great. We're doing test orders, things like that. And wouldn't you know it, there were some things wrong. And what happens is we react. And when wifey reacts and she's not happy, the habit inside this guy is we got to fix it and make this girl happy. You know what I mean? And maybe that's old school from my dad, He was very much open the door for them all the time. He always opened my door. He always opened the door for my mom all the time. If something wasn't very harmonious in the place, he would do his best to fix it. Now, he was working a lot, so my mom did that as well, though. So maybe I'm spoiled or whatever, or maybe I didn't get maybe my family life growing up, really was, goody two shoes, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I don't think, I don't think it was, but maybe somebody else looking from the outside looking in might think that because of how I interact with my wife, right? But either way, dad passes, and I just have this thing of I just hate it. I hate it. Yeah, the kid at the drive-through screwed up your order, and you know what I mean. You're gonna go in there and scream at him. Are you that person? Are you gonna roll your eyes and grunt and drive away? Are you that person? Or are you the person that just deals with it and moves on, or do you go in and say, hey, you messed up, and work it out so you get the thing you want, right? Like the people that get so irritated so fast and just scream at basically strangers over and over, or their loved ones because they're having a bad day or whatever. Like that is such a big goal of mine not to be that person. And the reason is because boom, life's gone, son. It's over. You're too old to accomplish your dreams. You're too decrepit to even move towards those dreams, and you don't get another shot. So I don't want to spend it fucking lighting a 16-year-old up at the drive-through or lighting my partner up because something else is stressing me out, and so I'm going to take it out on them. I feel like there's other ways to go about it. So when something went wrong, or we thought was wrong with the website, and we had this massive, emotional reaction, I look at her and I'm like, oh shit, I got you, as she would say. Oh, I'm not gonna say what she would say. Let's take a sip, fam. So I'll fix it, whatever. She's right there by me. You know what I mean? Look, you don't get to be tall and gorgeous and successful as she is without knowing how to step on some heads. You know what I mean? And by stepping on heads, glaring eye contact and shouting at the husband. Nobody else, right? And hey, in her defense, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. And in her defense, she puts on the smile for the world because, quite frankly, man, you can't. You kind of have to in her business. If you want to go and open up a salon or go booth rent or something, and just kind of willy nilly do whatever, that's one thing. You can probably not have to be so prepared and have to show up a certain way. But when you're running a multi-million-dollar salon and people are coming in to spend their day there, spend thousands of dollars there, bitch, you better be the best version of you all day, every day. And that's what Ellie does. That's what she does. And so on some level, it's a compliment, right? I'm her safe space. I know this. But sometimes when you're the safe space, man, you can tear the building down because the safe space person will just build the building again. So anyway, where are we going with all this? There's an issue with the site, emotional reaction. And instead of taking a beat, I call everybody. We get it all figured out. And then come to find out, it was no mistake on anybody's part that were on these phone calls that I put together immediately, 911s, right? It was actually on the distributor side. Simple mistake, not even a big deal. They just didn't apply certain discounts for when, we got an invoice. And so this is we have the issue, we get everybody on the phone, we have the meeting, everything looks right. So it's well, what's going on? So I'm saying on this phone call, this feels like it's got to be on the distributor side. Because if all of our prices match and the discount's working, this feels like it's on the distributor side, but we'll find out, right? So call dies down, and then we actually go out to get my haircut, and I'm having therapy with my barber, and Allie's actually there because Lucas was there. So she's having me have therapy with my barber, and which she didn't like, but I told her straight to her face. I was like, well, at least now I'm not talking behind your back differently than I talk to you, which that's a big thing in a relationship. You don't want to be married to the person that's Yeah, my husband is such a wreck. He doesn't do anything. He's so lazy, you know. And then to him, you're like, you're the best. Oh my gosh, I love you. You don't want to be married to that. And I was trying to tell her, well, at least you know now I'm saying the same thing everywhere I go. I'm not bashing you, just having a little event session. So what did I realize through all this? I realized that I'm very good at the panic of business. Very good. You have an idea, bitch, we're getting everything you need within a week or two. And what my downfall has been in business is people that have these ideas, they'll come to me or whatever. Hey, I have this idea or whatever. And then if I'm into it, you know, I get excited. There's no time. I put this mentality in my body and in my mind. If I like this idea and we got to pursue it, there's no time. Somebody else is doing it. They're doing it better than us. So we got to go. We got to move. And that served Allie really well until about 3 years ago, um, where she started to want to branch off and, do a bunch of stuff like the education, like all this stuff. And what I realized in this moment, this last week with her, even though I kind of knew this was, the situation is, longer than 3 years ago. I still stayed with it because she kept saying she wanted me to do these things for her behind the scenes. But when they would get built, there never really was. She didn't really like them, and I don't know if she wanted to, if she didn't want to hurt my ego or whatever. But we would build these things in the background, and then she would just end up hiring somebody else and doing it, and it was kind of like this weird thing. And on some aspects, it was funny because it's kind of her mo to do stuff like that. So, like on the most recent one, before this year's uh what do you call it, venture, before this year's venture, um it was kind of a joke because she would smile at me and go, don't be mad, but, and I would always know, okay, so who's actually going to do this for you? You know what I mean? So what I realized is maybe it's time for her to just not have daddy involved. You know what I mean? um when it comes to that stuff, never going away, always going to support her, always going to be your biggest fan. But I even told her, I said, look, in the beginning, maybe I served you more for your business than I do now. You know what I mean? And I didn't take that as a negative comment at all. Actually, fam, fuck. Every girl is like, I want a man that will speak his mind and be honest and all this stuff. And it's just like, well, yeah, I want a woman that does the same thing too. But um, you know, but it doesn't come across as you hope it does sometimes. So anyway, I was telling her that and I said, look, to be honest, in the beginning, maybe it was good because, you know, I just go. I just go. I get it done and I go. And for what she's trying to achieve, we've had years of going back and forth of maybe I didn't really see that vision and maybe she just trusted that I did. And I think in that moment, it all came to a head and I realized, oh, maybe we don't share like the same vision, how things look, how things should flow, how things should be. You know, she was telling me, I gave you all the tools and you still screwed up. And it's like, well, did you though? Um, Maybe here and there, but overall, it was going in blind and shit, man. Go to allyscotthair.com. That's not a bad blind move. You feel me? Um, anyway, get a sip here. But what was crazy is it kind of felt right when I said it. It really did. Um, it look, you can't treat the guy that's doing all the stuff for you like you would as if he's not doing those things for you. And so why do I keep setting myself up to experience that? And why does she keep setting herself up to experience it as well? Because on some level, we both feel like when things like that happen, that not a fail. Well, I was gonna say we both feel like it was a failure, but it's not a failure. Like we always power through it and get through it. Look, Allie and I love each other. We're not at each other's throats. But what's hard with us is she is we're both very alpha, right? However, I'm way more sensitive than she is. So if there's a in your face argument, gets really personal, gets really heated, all that kind of stuff, I just kind of get quiet because I don't want to battle back. Did that for years with her, doesn't do shit. And I just get quiet and go do my thing until it all kind of whatever. And, you know, but we got through it and she apologized and everything. Like she always does, you know what I mean? I fucking love her. Steph was giving me a hard time in Disneyland because all this is going on, you know. Like I said, it came to a head last week, but while we were in Disneyland a couple weeks ago, it was kind of brewing. And so I was just like, man, you know, just kind of like saying how we got to find our way, basically. It's been a rough year, fam, as far as there's been a lot of weird things. And so, and then Steph, she just looked at me and she goes, whatever, whatever. That girl will bat her eyes and ask you, and you'll just go, you have a type, Joe. You have a type. And I was just like, okay, fair, calm down. But I was mature. I was mature. I was mature. I was like, well, let's look, let's take a step back now. Is this good for the relationship? Is it good for the business that provides for the family and the relationship? You know, and I was just trying to, you know, be mature about it, think outside the box, and maybe there can always something. The next thing that she's going to want will be accomplished, and when it's done. You know, and maybe that's not real. You know, we've owned a few businesses. You know, sold one of them, did pretty well. Then I stashed all that cash into a sparkling protein water. You're welcome, Bucked Up. You're welcome. And now it's everywhere. Anyway, point being, you know, we've been going through this for years now. You know, we've relied on income just through our efforts for a long time. And frankly, so have the girls at the salon. You know, they're all independent contractors. They do their thing. They show up. They do great. But I was just thinking maybe we're finally realizing, hey, maybe there's a better way to go about this. So, and believe it or not, that was a big thing this past week. It really was. It's still sitting with me now. I'm still thinking, well, what I do wrong? What I do? And I go through it all, and it's like I feel like all the things I did wrong, I already admitted and tried to move forward and all this kind of stuff. And anyway, man, shout out to all my married couples out there going through it. And for all those listening, don't interpret that as like Allie and I are going through it. And, you know, I hope she like, you know, drinks a drink and then walks around the block and never comes back. It's not like that. You know, you just shout out to all my married folks. Shit. Am I right? Yeah, you understand. Anyway, Timmer had his dance. Dude, Timmer in high school is pretty fun. When he calls, I usually know about what time he's going to call me. He always calls about the same time. Hey, can you pick me up? Hey, can you drop my friends? Hey, can you do this? Hey, can you do that? I'm one of the parents now. I hope he gets his grades up because I am that parent that is going to be so thankful when this particular kid can drive because he's so willing to help out. So he can shuttle Lucas around and I don't have to pick him up all the time and drop him off. That's a huge deal, right? Because you get settled in, fam, you know, like especially on the weekends. You got teenage kids that can't drive, but they're hanging out with your friends. You want to be able to sink into that couch. You know what I mean? In the couch, if you know what I'm saying. And you can't really do that until all the kids are safe. So I'm excited for him to get his license, man. It's going to be a good thing. But he had the dance. You know what I'm saying? He brings friends over here quite a bit, mostly girls. That's my boy. But yeah, nothing too crazy from him. He had a he had a sign language assignment that he had to sing for me, which was, you know, Timmer, if you're listening, that was so beautiful. Those hands, the silent hands, music to my ears. But yeah, nothing crazy. Everyone's just looking forward to Christmas. Lucas, bro, he is so fixated on getting this like motorcycle for Christmas. Like, I can't tell you how much he's talked about it. That's all he watched. I'm not making this up. Hours of videos on this motorcycle, this Coleman bike or whatever, right? On YouTube. Like, yeah, he knows all the specs about it. He's Am I going to get it? Am I going to get it? Am I going to get it? He wants it so bad. It's literally it. And then the other day I was like, Lucas, they're called Christmas lists. They're like wish lists. I can't promise anything. Fam, the bike was like $1,000. It was like $1,000. And I'm just going, what the fuck? You're 11. Like maybe if you're, anyway, it was expensive, right? Now he doesn't know, but somebody might have found that on sale for about 60% off. So engage. Anyway, I told him it's a wish list. And I said, look, we just write down things, and if we get stuff, cool. If not, it's not the end of the world. Look, you got a house. You know what I mean? We DoorDash all the time. Like, your life is awesome. It's not about the thing. And he got so mad. He's like, fine, then I don't want it. I'm gonna text mom now, and I'm not gonna get it. So he breaks out his phone, son, texts his mom not to get him the motorcycle. And I'm going, let's work on those reactions, shall we? Like, what? He was like so serious too. And then 10 minutes later, after he sends the text, he's like, Dad, so what should I get for Christmas? And I go, I thought you had a list. Like, well, I'm not going to get it now. So I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like, and you can't laugh. To my parents listening, maybe you have kids like this, but like Lucas, and maybe it's not good for all the kids. They just handle it differently. But with Lucas, it's not good to laugh. So when he gets to that place, and I feel like it's just him, being so animated and ridiculous, it is funny to me. Like, it makes me laugh. So I start laughing, and he got so mad. He got so mad. Oh, man. One thing about being a parent, I mean, at least for me, you really do look back and go, oh, shit. I was kind of a jackass. Oh, that's why my parents yelled at me. Oh, that's why they left me out the house and locked the doors and shit. Like, you kind of get it. It brings massive perspective, right? And so anyway, Lucas is just like so excited and so anticipating Christmas this year. He literally got angry when I told him it was basically a wish list and we should be grateful for what we have. Not the thing to do. Big Dre, he's out of school, so he's going to come this weekend and I think stay with us for a couple of weeks during Christmas break. I got my older boys for the first half of the holiday break, so super pumped about that. He's called me a few times. I think he's drumming up a gift for me, which, yeah, I'm interested. I don't know what's going to happen. But with him, getting gifts for Dre, my oldest, is so hard because he really doesn't ask for much. He doesn't, right? But then sometimes I think, but he really does want more stuff. But then when you give it to him, I don't know. I don't know what it is. He's a simple kid, man, which is great. But for Christmas, it's like, what do you want? And he literally does not tell me. He doesn't reply. So, but I want to be the one, and everybody thinks this. Everybody thinks shopping for Dre is a nightmare. Like, it's harder. Because you want him to like what you get him. And the thing is, he does. He totally does. But you don't know because he's so chill. So anyway, I pride myself on finding the gift that nobody's thinking of. Books, too easy. You know what I mean? So like one year I got him a bump box. It's this Bluetooth, like old school speaker with Eminem on it because he was really into Kendrick and Eminem then, and nobody was thinking about that. And I think that was a winner. So stuff like that. But he still hasn't told me what he wanted, dude. And we're like 6 days away. But we'll get it done. Yeah. So guys, had some bumps this week. You know what I mean? But it was good. My dad's birthday was this week, and not a whole lot to say there, fam. Just that been thinking of him quite a bit. And they put his headstone on his grave. So that was fun to go see. Went to visit him on his birthday. And it's still super sad. Still gets me. I don't like it. If you get along with your dad, I don't recommend him dying. Like, pick option B, Anyway, so his birthday was this week. Moo's birthday was this week. My youngest sister sent her an emoji. It's hard when they're out of town, frankly, because you can't like tangibly like eat cake with them or sing with them, or whatever, right? but it was her birthday as well. So shot her a message. You know, that was fun. I can't believe she's already 25. It's crazy. And then my boy Tim, he shares a birthday with my sister. So Texas Tim, my boy Tim, talked to him this morning. And yeah, if you're listening, brother, we are getting older. And the things we talked about, yeah, I hear you. You know, I won't put you on blast or me on blast. You know what I mean? But I'm glad you called. Good to catch up. And you know what? Beyond that, fam, I haven't really worked out since August. A lot of stuff was going on with my back and shit, but it feels good now. So I actually hit the gym this morning, getting back to it, and all this stuff. I'm going to do one more podcast to kind of wrap up. Actually, two more podcasts probably before the end of the year, but and we'll do some reflecting then. But last week was just another what are you made of type week when it comes to the business, and we're going to show them we're made of everything, right? Let's get this. And finally, during the break, Allie can hopefully get some rest. She's been going out like a monster, which is why she's tense. She's got that dog in her anyway. So we don't this is why we always just soothe. You know what I'm saying? So she can go back to having some fun, That's pretty much it. Got to go pick up the kiddos now. So let's raise our glasses, fam. We're going to have a good week because we always do when it's all said and done. And remember, the person looking back at you in the mirror, they're okay. They're going to be okay. All right. Cheers, fam. Thanks for listening, watching, whatever. See ya.